Hi, welcome to Get Personal with Finance. Today I'll be reviewing a couple of TikTok videos about personal finance. So this is the first one that I'll be watching. It's how I became financially free at 18 years old. Wow, okay, that's got my attention. So these videos that were sent to me, so I'm gonna react to them. So okay, let's.
I am 18 years old. I have 5 incredible sources of income. I pay for all of my own bills. I have my own car. I am moving out on my own in June. I am self-employed, and I am telling you this because a year ago today, I was working at Dairy Queen.
Real quick, so like, I don't know how long this is, but pretty amazing. I mean, in just 1 year, she's transitioning to working at a fast food restaurant, and then moving out on her own. I'm excited for her. So let's see.
You want to be financially free? You want to make money? You want to learn how to keep money? Watch this video. Number 1, get the stereotypes out of your head. You are not a failure just because you didn't go to college or university right away. I didn't know what I wanted to be, so obviously I wasn't gonna put myself in student debt for something I don't know.
So, okay, she makes a good point that I'm really impressed that she's thinking ahead to realize that why would I make an investment in an education where it's not something that is relevant to what she's going to be doing, right? So good for her. I think a lot of people make the mistake where they spend all this money to go to university or a local college to get some degree, and then they end up doing something else, right? I mean, you could have saved yourself a lot of trouble if you're very future focused and you know what you want to do. You save yourself so much time and headache and trouble, right? So good for her. But again, I don't know what these multiple streams of income or her 5 streams of income is that's giving her this confidence to basically leave home, kind of burn that bridge. I don't know if she's burning the bridge or not, or what. Hopefully her parents are okay with her doing that. But it's just so sudden. I mean, from that she's already making this big jump. I mean, for someone like myself, I guess that's my personality. I'm very careful, and I want to make sure that I'm very clear. Think of it as you're jumping from one ledge to another ledge. You got to make sure you measure and size properly before you make that jump, and not just take a leap. It's kind of dangerous, right? Because you might trip, fall, and hurt yourself. Not to be that critical, but that's just the way I think. So yeah, again, I'm really excited for her. But yeah, she made up a good point about that university. It's not for everybody. And mind you, there's great trade schools. There's just so many ways for. I have a friend that was very successful making. In high school, he started selling, Beanie Babies on eBay back then because it was a great hot collectible animal and item that people wanted. So he's able to buy them, obviously for just regular retail, but there's this collector premium that you can get. So the markup was like 3, 4, 10 times the amount. My wife's friend, that they sell shoes, right? Where you can buy shoes for like $200, but you can sell it for $1,000. Heck yeah! See, that's a good way. You see the markup there. So there's many ways to make money, right? That's and I love the fact that don't limit yourself to just one income source, right? From one employment, you can have another income source from selling things online. From doing side gigs, right? Like, let's say you're really good at programming or gaming. We actually have a client who made extra money. He's a realtor, but he makes extra money playing video games. I think last year he made $15,000 in playing video games. So pretty awesome, right? So there you go. It all adds to your bottom line, and with that extra money, obviously my advice for him, which he came to me, was how to slowly invest the side money that he's made after paying taxes and all those things, of course, to continue to compound it and grow that extra source. So yeah, anyways, this is good. Like, I'm so excited for her to be 18 years old and to be to move out and have her and have various incomes. So let's continue.
5 sources of income. We have this idea in our head that every single source needs to make us thousands of dollars. That is false. Think about it like this. If you have one source of income and you lose that source of income, bro, you got 0. If you have 5 sources of income and you lose one of them, bro, you got 4. Right now is the perfect time to hustle, perfect time to turn around your life, because it's not even like you're gonna be sacrificing missing parties. They're not happening.
Okay. Her point about having multiple sources of income, you do not need to have only one source of income. I don't know if people program you to think that way, but hello, now you know that you can have multiple various sorts of income, right? So like I've learned from a mentor of mine from a long time ago. He said, John, from 8 to 5 is when you make your living, right? You go to school, you do what you do so you can get by, and like again, part of that's going to school, do what you're supposed to do. But 5 to 10, that's when you build wealth. So that extra 5 to 10 or 5 to 12, midnight, you can spend that doing, building a side business, learning how to invest in the market, learning about real estate, learning about various asset classes that you can invest your time and money in, or go into business with someone, do a side hustle, like buy things cheap, right? But they're worth a lot online as collectibles, or not cheap, I guess you buy it at retail and they're worth a lot online. Yeah, I'm just very cautious about videos like this because again, I don't know what they're pitching and selling. It sounds all great, but obviously there's so many of these blanks in there, right? That you just have to be careful about. And this is under the category of finance, these TikTok videos. And I don't know, these are designed to be advice, but I can tell you this, like, this is not financial advice at all. And by the way, as a practicing professional, or this is just good advice for you on the subject of advice, is that advice has to come, it cannot be general. It has to be, they have to know your facts and circumstances and your financial profile before they can give you advice. So think of it as these TV shows, like these doctor shows. Like you can't say, hey, I got doctor's advice from this doctor show. They don't know, that doctor, that TV personality doesn't know your profile, doesn't know what you're allergic to, doesn't know your weight measurements, your height measurements, your biological makeup is, etc. So don't get too excited about those things. Be very careful, because think of it this way. It's like if you go to a doctor's office and you tell, hey doc, like my head hurts so much. Can you give me this type of medication that I heard so much about that will fix my headache? What do you think the doctor is going to do, or your doctor is going to do? By the way, if that doctor actually does what you tell them, they're committing malpractice. Like, so again, you would have to answer a series of health questions, like has your dieting changed? Have you been sleeping well? And then they'll weigh and measure you. And then when you get to the doctor, then you have another conversation. And then if it's even necessary, he may have to run some tests for you before he can even prescribe that medication. If he does, he wants to make sure that you're not taking any other medication or any type of food supplement. I mean, it's very detailed. You see what I'm saying? It's not, they can't say, hey, this medication's great for me and it's great for you. That doesn't work. Or this investment's awesome. I've done so well. You should do it too. Again, I don't care what it is. It's like a hot stock, a meme stock, a cryptocurrency, a real estate investment, a business investment, some joint venture that they're doing, or it's a collectible. Again, learn to be critical, especially in today's informational age where there's just so much out there. Learn to be critical. So, and ask questions, right? And all of this goes back to, you have to know yourself, right? You have to be in control of your finances, and really at the end of the day, be in control of your emotions, and having a good sense of your finances. And so when these opportunities or these random thoughts that come to you, or advice, or whatever you want to call it, that you just want to be very careful how you take in that information, how you process that information. And you got to make sure, does that fit your checklist and your priority list as well too, your priorities, and does it fit your list of risk management criteria? So yeah, just be careful. I mean, that's a fun video. I'm excited for her. Congratulations on being 18 and being so, and moving out. But again, there's so much to question, it's ridiculous. Again, that's just my critical nature. It's what I do for a living, for myself, for my own finances, let alone for my clients. So, so that was fun. All right, now I'm gonna review this TikTok video. It's how to invest $5,000. Oh wow, I like his hair. So, okay, let's see what advice he's got.
If someone gave me $5,000 right now, here's how I would invest it. I'd put $1,000 into tech, Zoom, Snowflake, Microsoft, stuff like that. I'd put $1,000 into indexes, so SPY, VOO, stuff like that. I'd put $1,500 into dividend stocks, like ExxonMobil, Cisco, Apple, stuff like that. I'd put $1,000 into growth stocks like Roku, Tesla, or something like that. I'd put 5% or like $250 into gold or silver and stuff like that. And the last 5% or the last $250, I'd put into Coke, Target, Lowe's, and other consumer staples and stuff like that. So that's how I would invest $5,000. How would you do it? Comment below. Easy money, baby. Get with it.
Okay, I can see why TikTok is entertaining. So I see, so he's saying this is how he would invest his 5,000. I don't know about you, but when it comes to somebody telling me to invest even $5,000, that sum of money, or $100, I'm just very critical to first ask, okay, what experience has this person have when it comes to investing money in these companies? I mean, what success have they've had to tell me to, to do what they do? And not just that, but the idea, I like how he ends stuff like that. It's a very serious topic. Again, it's money, and you should respect it. You should take it very seriously. I understand this is entertaining, but I guess it's making light of the subject, and it's encouraging people to invest, but with the wrong mindset and demeanor and idea. I guess investing should be fun and mentally stimulating, but it shouldn't be something that's kind of like a joke. That's what I'm saying, because there's real losses and there are real returns, and those things come with emotional, I guess you can say, effects, right? I wouldn't say side effects, but effects. And how do you manage that, those emotions and mindset is really important. And the way this guy dresses, and I guess how he comes across, yeah, it just worries me. And again, now I guess nowadays anybody can say anything, but obviously as a financial planner, investment advisor like myself, I can't be just mouthing off or just saying things what he says and stuff like that. Can you imagine if I tell you that, okay, with your $1 million portfolio, we can invest it in this tech sector, in these various, in X company, Y company, Z company, and stuff like that, or companies like that.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
There's no formula breakdown of its technical risks, fundamental risks, and how does that relate to my client's personal financial profile, their risk tolerance as part of that risk profile, their time horizon, their comfort with and familiarity with these various companies. What projections are these companies are going to, their growth projection for this company for this year or for this upcoming quarter, because we're gonna hold it for how long? There's all these factors, right? So please do not take it as advice. If anything, hopefully it makes fun, light of the topic for you to then really get serious about it and investigate it further. But yeah, it's not someone that comes across to me personally as someone that I would trust with my money to talk about my financial goals, my family goals, to share with them my values, and to really get personal with my own finances. To be my steady hand, to be a good guide on my financial journey, or to have him be that guide on my financial journey towards building my career, or towards my marriage, or towards my retirement, or towards my side hustle or a business that it's going to generate a lot of income or cash flow, and that money is going to be used to be invested with him and his guidance. I just don't, or others that dress like, I guess again, he's really cool. I wouldn't fit that mold, but it's videos like TikTok that I think my candid reaction is that it's catchy, it's so entertaining, And on the subject of personal finance, again, personal finance is more personal than just the finance part. If you're trying to get people to learn about finance or get excited about finance, you have to get the personal part, or you have to make it personally connect with someone before they can really, get excited about the technical aspect of finance, right? So I think that's where TikTok and TikTok videos like this are so great. Where it succeed is that it's great at drawing attention to the subject matter of investing and finance and making money. But clearly where it fails at is the technical, the follow through and the follow up part that needs to be, taken seriously, and you need real accounting, right? Of the numbers got to add up, the risk has got to be justified, it's got to be fitting to a person's financial plan, goals, life goals, career goals, appropriate to their time horizon, their risk their financial profile. That's what we call it. So again, that's where TikTok wins, and my industry fails at is getting good, friendly attention. Because in my industry, as if you can guess, you would have to walk into your personal, your local bank is probably the first experience that you would get with a FA. They call it a financial advisor, but you see how intimidating that is. You're talking to someone, and again, I wear my suits too, but I don't unless I'm going to some formal event. But I'm very casual because my clients are very casual. But yeah, it's very intimidating, especially for a young adult, right? An 18-year-old or someone in their 30s. It's hard to be personal, but it has to be personal, right? Because finance is more personal than just the financial aspect. So I think that's where our industry failed, is our failure to connect, especially with the younger generation especially the younger population from 18 to 30. So yeah, that's where I think we need to learn a lot from TikTok and make it more friendly and inviting, or at least it has a good hook. And then make the process a lot more friendlier and engaging, and it's not boring, and we don't use language like budgeting. We should use language like a savings plan. Instead of saying you need to save, we should say you need to pay yourself more. You need to put a premium on your future and your worth, instead of hey, you need to save X. You need to value yourself more by paying yourself more, by not being reckless, with your money, but try to save as much as possible so you can keep more, and you can use that more part, that savings, to reposition towards something else that's a lot more, that would better your quality of life, that would get you that much closer to that goal of getting that car or that business equipment that you really need to advance your career, or to take those extra classes that would really advance what you're doing, or what you need, or use that to invest more in your side hustle. You get my point. But with that, thank you. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. See you in the next video.